Hello everyone, and welcome to the second iteration on our node editor. This is Alireza, and I hope you enjoy it. If you recall the time we left it, we have a functional node graph, and yeah, I'm downloading stuff. But if you recall, when we broke the connection, only one of the connections were broken, because basically right now our nodes input and output connections, or I should call them slots, are only handling one child or parent node as their corresponding nodes. And we don't have any concept of lists to track how many nodes are connecting to where. That is the thing that I want to work, but before that I found something very ugly. You see this in our create node. We are asking for a graph, then we are asking for an enum and a position, and based on that enum in a switch we are constantly repeating these guys. Well, guess what? The more nodes we will have, the more stuff we need to add here, and I don't like it. Whenever I see something like this, it's a good yelling indication at me that, hey, you may get away with something different. So let's sit back and think, how can we do that? The second thing is this. In my node work view context menu, I'm sending in a predefined vector. I don't like it. And we are processing the context menu inside process events. So if I simply go and introduce a private vector to mouse position, and I instantiate it as vector2.0, and I don't like it to be here, Control C, but I would instantiate it here in our constructor. And that is one thing that I will do in future. I will move my field initializers into my constructors later. But here I can say my mouse position equals to event.mouse position. Okay. So when I right click, I get the mouse position, and instead of this I will say my mouse position. Okay. There, and there. I can do it on my context menu, but unfortunately on my toolbar I won't be able to do it, because when I'm clicking I'm actually inside the toolbar, not in the work view. So if I come back to Unity now, I right click here, add math, for example float, and it happens here that I collected wherever I clicked. Okay, so vector 3, and it shows there. Anyway, close to that, but not on top. For example, float, yeah, very close to it. Anyway, so the second part of this business, I want to get rid of this guy. Actually, if I come to my enums somewhere, where was it? Enums. I had it somewhere, I swear. Here, enums. If I comment this guy out, then I would see tons of errors there. Okay, and no, I don't want to do that. So what I want to do is sending a type of float node, something like that. That would make more sense, isn't it? So type of add node, type of divide node, type of, this was vector2 node, and type of vector3 node. Okay, so now basically I need to change this guy from accepting a type instead in system, and well, I won't need a switch basically, and I will do it once. Boom. Okay, now here we want node type, and we had it somewhere. Node type. Why are you not acceptable? Can't resolve symbol node type. So what are you there? And I'm fairly sure I can say type of node type. I won't be able to do it. Node, yeah. Let me think. Well, instead of this, if I say node type here, node type dot, we have full name. And what are you yelling at me? Cast to node base. That's not what I want. Actually, that's what I want. And that should work, I hope. Let's see. And yeah, I know I need to change these guys, but let's see if it will work. And no, is a field, but a type was expected. What? Where? Node base 1816. Oh yeah, I totally forgot that one. Node base 18. Yeah, we don't have this guy. And now we will have problems here because we don't have these guys. Delete. Vector3, and that would be the end. Now I know that my toolbar has to be changed because yeah, we should send in type of float node and type of add node. Okay, so any more errors? Please no. Cool. Compile, no errors. So if I now want a float node, I get a float node. If I have an add node, I get it tells me the float node, but you see it's an add node. A divide node, it's basically divide node. I know it's divide node. Vector2 and Vector3. The only thing remaining is that we need now to change the names properly. Now, if we go back into our node utils, if I debug that log our node type, let's see what we get. Okay. We get rpg.nodeEditor.floatNode. Okay, so if I get the string of this last part, I get something that I can use. So let's say string name equals to substring node type dot toString dot substring of. Well, the start index is, well, let's do it this way, and we say string sub name equals to name dot substring of name dot last index of dot, and the length and the count actually is name dot length. Okay, now if we give in the subname, for example vector3 argument out of range, what do we want? Oh, substring last index of that dot name dot length, sorry, and clear and add a vector3, and still we get out of length. So what is this guy, comma, the length would be name dot length minus well, basically name dot substring of 0 comma name dot last index of the dot length dot length. So that portion. Will this work? I hate the string manipulation. And we get dot vector3 node. So we want that dot to be gone. So I can say +1 here. And I delete this guy. Clear. Vector3 argument blah. And of course I need to -1 here because we are moving on forward. So we got the name vector3 node. Okay, so then we say subname equals to subname dot substring of 0 comma subname dot length -4. So we get the node out of it. Okay, so now we should end up with, for example, vector3. And we do. Okay, and I will use just that as the name, so subname, and this will be subname plus that. So delete, clear, and let me get rid of this debug line. And yeah, the reason was that, okay, I was in the middle of compilation. And I get vector3. Cool. And I get vector2. Divide. Add. And finally the float. Okay? So we now got rid of our switch case inside our create node. Cool. I like it. And what are you yelling at me? Reverse branch with true. Please disable in file. There we go. So what are you here? Using system.link. I don't use it. And what are you? Redundant assignment. And what are you now? Join declaration. Cool. And this guy is saying that join declaration. Okay. I tend to use ReSharper as much as I can. Okay. So that's that part of the business. This is this part of the business. Now, the only thing remaining is that, yeah, this can be avoided. No, this should be. Okay, this really can't be avoided. So that's that. And we don't have this ugly types anymore. I will come back and add other stuff here in enums later. Now, let's go back to our job. Yeah, we have some things left from last iteration. Okay, so they are in node base. Let's start with this guy. In node input. Well, remove this to-do list. First of all, we get a list inside system collection generics of node base. No, why? Ha. Come on, system collection generics. And I want a constructor. Accepts nothing. Here we say, look at me. Shoe. Parent node equals to new blah. Okay. Now, connected output ID. I will comment this guy. Oh, not like that. I said comment it. Ouch. Comment it. Thank you. We will have a public, and now I need my utilities basically. So let's comment this guy and go back. And I know you have errors, but not repository, my projects, and I don't have my I have my utilities, I have my solution. Come on, open. And if I build this guy, build started, to succeeded. So I have inside assets, TMP, common, no, where did it put it? Huh. In debug, that's not what I want. So I have this DLL exe. I will use it now. So inside this guy, I will say build assemblies, and I will basically copy this guy and no, actually utilities. I will use it, and the path will be Unity projects, build assembly is there, and the same here. Project name will be tnp.common.unity3d. utilities, and did it have editors? I don't remember. Assets, TMP, common, yeah, we have editors. So it has editors. Generate, finished. Now, this is one window, the other window will be build assemblies, utilities. And I have these guys, so I will open the solution. Okay, I don't need temp editor, and I don't need temp. And now I will open my window. So I have attributes. I will add attributes here, and it's empty. Okay, we'll work on that. Extensions, interfaces. Add that there. Not if you look, they are being added here. Okay, not you. So you. Now I will add every C# script that I have inside my solution, so I get them. Now attributes, oh yeah, I know. Okay, going to attributes, I have angle attribute, goes into the attribute. Do you want to replace it? Yes. So I will have some things like this. Yeah, basically I delete these guys. I don't want metadata. And I will select these guys, say include in project, thank you. And I don't need the meta. Interface also don't need the metadata. So include in project. And now my solution shouldn't have any problems, really. Why are you yelling at me still? Math utils. Oh, I have utilities there. I didn't port their utilities. Come inside this guy. Show. Don't want the meta. And include in project. And yeah, I know. I will have to fix my namespaces, I think. TMP common extensions, TMP common utilities. Yeah. Alt enter. No. What did I do? How would I do this? There was a short key for this guy. Resharper. Ctrl-Shift-R. Adjust namespaces. And yep. So now it became TMP extensions. Huh. Okay. Why didn't you behave? Nope. Yeah, regex. Wow. I'm even missing some usings on top. Really? Regex. System. There we go. Did I not use this guy? Really? Okay, cool with me. So now these guys became TNP attributes. Oh yeah, I know what's going on. Okay, because if you come here to your, where is that settings thingy? You see a default namespace? Common dot utilities. Yep. Save it. And now if I Control Shift R, not here, here, Control Shift R, adjust namespaces, everything, it should now fix everything here. TMP common utilities attributes, cool. TMP common utilities. That was exactly what I wanted. Okay, inside editors. Now fiddling with that. Well, I need first to make it TNP dot common dot utilities dot editor, and I need to rename this guy to dot editor. There we go. So now if I import my stuff from this editor folder, well, yeah, I need to import them manually. Thankfully there are not too many things here, and Control Shift R, adjust namespace on 4 of them, and it will become that, but this guy needs to reference the other one, so add reference projects, this guy. Okay, so now we find the namespaces, and that should fix everything there. Everything should be almost okay. And set property value. Oh, really? And well, I was fiddling with these guys before and it didn't work out properly, so yeah, this is not working. Or yeah. Now why are you not seeing this guy? Reflection utilities. I think I know why. If I close, everything is happening inside Unity editor here. And I had to do it because basically serialized properties is part of Unity editor. So I need to say add if Unity editor here. So was that the proper spelling? Never done it manually. No, capital. So if Unity editor, do this, and here we need to basically yeah, because we are using editor GUI stuff. So and if okay, although we are inside a Unity editor solution, but because we are making a DLL, it's not understandable for this solution that hey, we are doing it inside editor. And well, basically I need to put this guy not here but on here. So now it doesn't have any errors. GUI utilities is okay, and this guy is again okay. So if I build the solution, hopefully we don't have any errors. Yoo-hoo! We have tons of errors. Meta file. Yeah, okay. So utilities blah. So let's close this guy. Yes. Close you. And run this guy now. You're attempting to open a file. Okay. Show steps. No. Because I should use the solution, not the project. Hopefully this will fix the meta. Build solution. And it was built successfully. And now if I go inside here, inside assets, plugins, I have my DLL and my editor. That shouldn't have this guy here. Okay. Anyway, so I will copy these two. I will come here. Come on. Inside assets, I will create a folder called plugins. And hopefully I can paste it here. So paste. Let it refresh. And now, oh, come on. What's now? Yeah, those are my own problems from this guy. Not this guy. Let's close this one. Close this one. It's this one. Basically, we have some errors here now to fix. Is selected because, yeah, basically we are changing this guy to list and we have tons of things to do. But the only reason I did it because now I want to have my string int dictionary and I don't have it yet. So I will close and I will uncomment this guy. Let's roll back actually. So that we get no errors. There we go. It's gone. I will close Visual Studio. Reload all. It should put the reference for me now, hopefully. I don't see it. Okay, close. Visual Studio, generate project files, opening Visual Studio. If it doesn't open by itself, I need to import those DLLs manually. Inside reference, I don't see it. Okay, add a reference, browse. And not here. Now we are inside our own project. So desktop, Unity projects. Yeah, I'm still working on first iteration. You, and where did you go? Huh. Okay. It didn't add. Oh yeah, it's a TNP comment. And here, oh, it really added it itself. Okay, cool. So now we can say list of, and why don't you get it? I don't know. Okay, there. And let's add our constructor again and say parent node equals to new blah. And now I should be able to use a public string int dictionary. That was the whole reason to pull out that DLL utility. Oh, I used the string, huh? Ouch. Ouch. Well, I would say connection output ID equals to new that. Well, now I want another type of thing there, you know. So I have to go back to my solution. Unfortunately, this can't be avoided when you are working in two different solutions. So inside dictionaries, I want a serializable public class of GUID and what is this guy? Int dictionary, and it is a serializable dictionary of GUID and int. Yeah. Now I need to rebuild the solution. So clean solution, build solution. And basically, don't put it there. I don't want it. Coming back to my project, assets, plugins, and copy paste them here. So copy here and replace files, and go back to Unity so that Unity pulls up those guys. It will yell at me about metadata, and it will yell at me as everything, but now I should be able to use, instead of this, a GUID int dictionary. GUID int dictionary. So what I had done, basically, I'm utilizing and using my own utilities that we had pulled together to have a serializable dictionary of GUID and int. If you look at here now, we have a dictionary of GUID and int. Okay, so that's our inputs basically. And I will have another thing here now, public bool, and we call it multi-connect. Multi-connect. So, and I will assign it as true by default. So this means that this input can connect to multiple things at the same time. So our node output gets the same treatment now. So we want a list, there we go, of node based, calling child node. We don't want you. We want a public GUID int dictionary, and it pulls my namespace as tnp.common.utilities, and we call it connected input ID equals to, I will instantiate it in the constructor. So a constructor and that, and I said I will use constructors for these guys. So Control C, remove that part, that, and multi connect equals to true. So I don't need you. Boom. Now here we will have a child node equals to new. If I can type that, then connected input ID equals to that, and basically we have that public boolean again that says multi connect. And in constructor we assign multi-connect equals to true. Okay, so we got our node output, we got our node input, but now we have tons of errors in our node base. because basically now we are dealing with lists instead of a single object. And if you now look, yeah, tons of job to do, and it's already 40 minutes. So I will stop the video. In next episode we will deal with these errors in our node base. Until that time, have fun everyone. Bye bye.